This is a bit of a test video to see how it goes with me trying to record myself with a chest camera while I'm riding on the bike. It was recorded when COVID-19 was in place and we were restricted to a radius of 5 kilometres from where we live. Initially I thought this was going to be a problem, but it turns out where I live there's quite an extensive off-road mountain bike trail along the Yarra. There's a whole network of paths near the Yarra, between the Eastern Freeway and the Yarra really, and this video shows you some of those trails. I found it actually, over time, fairly easy to piece together about a 2-hour ride. So some of the trails run along parallel to the freeway, and a little bit later on you'll see where the trail or trails are down closer to the Yarra itself. So if you spend a bit of time and do some looking, you can find where these are and connect them together and have an uninterrupted run. So the Yarra is quite a long river for Melbourne, and the part that we're looking at here is perhaps centred around Chandler Highway in Burundara. So there's a single track which goes upstream and downstream, and certainly it goes upstream a lot further than my 5 kilometre limit allows. It's quite a popular area, and certainly much more so since the COVID lockdown started. This could be quite a lonely area at one point, but now you'll come across people, I don't know, every 5 minutes or so. There'll be people on bikes or walkers. Everybody's very friendly and gets on well with one another. So for me, this is a new bike. First time I've owned an electric mountain bike, and it's been a tremendously fun experience. So the bike I had before this was purchased in 1998, and this one's a 2020, so there's 22 years between them. So not surprisingly, there's been a pretty big change in mountain bike technology over that time, and the electric motor in it by far would be the biggest change. There are other things which this bike has which the previous one didn't have. So my previous one was also a specialised dual suspension mountain bike, as this one is. This is a Turbo Levo. So compared to the old one, this one's got 29-inch wheels compared to the 26 on the old one, and the 29-inch wheels are just great. They roll over all kinds of things the 26s wouldn't do. And I'd have to say I haven't noticed much difference in acceleration, but you know, I don't really race, go that fast, so it's not a big deal for me. Bike also comes with a dropper seat post, and that's just great for going down things like stairs. You can drop the seat down before you go down the steep incline, and it makes a pretty big difference. It makes it a lot easier. This bike also has tubeless tyres, which the old one didn't have, and tubeless tyres are great. The number of flats I get is hugely reduced, and no longer do I have a tube with 30 little patches on it. I don't haven't had to do anything. Another big change for me would be the drivetrain, which is on this bike's a 1x11. So the 1x is just a tremendous thing. It's great not having those front chain rings. Just great. It makes it far more simple to ride the bike. So the combination of all of these things and the electrical assistance for me makes a far more enjoyable ride, and I feel far more confident on it than I ever did on the old one. So if you have not had a go on an electric mountain bike, I'd highly recommend going and renting one. Have a bit of a go. Took me a while to get my head around the idea of electrical assistance. Seemed a bit, anti-bike riding. But I can tell you that I don't get any less of a workout with this.